Hey, welcome back, everybody. So I found a funny clip of someone who wrote a book on something and was not able to define what that something was, which I think is pretty embarrassing. And we got mark-senpai with us.
Hello.
Mark, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
What is woke? What does woke mean? Can you define woke?
I'll be honest, I can't. I don't know. I'm not gonna try. I thought I knew a long time ago.
Well,
then it turns out I was wrong, and then that changed, and now I don't know.
So
I have no idea.
I guess you could say it's a pretty like amorphous word. I mean, woke is a kind of word that I guess it's not so much like a formal word. It's more like an urban dictionary word.
Mm-hmm.
Like we all kind of know what it means, but nobody knows what it means exactly. It's kind of like Occupy Wall Street, you know, like you all know they're pissed off about something,
Yeah.
that they want something.
Yeah.
We just don't know exactly what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So woke, I mean, it's kind of entered our vocabulary, common vocabulary. I don't know, how long has it been? Probably like 10 years now almost?
Yeah, I would say.
Well, I guess when I first heard woke, I always imagined it as like someone like, oh, that person's woke, or like that's woke or something, in the sense of like someone who's like talking about something very deeply, or they have like a very deep perspective on something. And it's usually like a perspective that almost is kind of like paradigm flipping, or put something on its head. Something very like, God, I can't even say myself what it means. But that's my attempt to define it.
Like I have an inkling of what it may be, but I to be able to sit here and say like, yeah, this is what it means.
If
like,
you had to try to define it, what would you just, if you had to throw paint at a wall right now, what would you?
All right, woke. All right, it's new, right? It's new. Right?
It's new. It's new, everybody.
I think it's just a new way of looking at socioeconomic, gender, and sexual expression issues. That's really the only way I can, and it's like it's all of that, but it's like it's new and it's counter to what we have, the established, I guess, mainstream ideas of those subjects.
And that's, that's good that you kind of bring that stuff up, because that generally is what woke is associated with. It's usually like those political talking points, and
Right.
and woke has kind of been pushed to one side of the other. It's always like, oh, woke politics, or what's that phrase, like go woke, go broke. So it's usually like conservatives or Republicans will usually make fun of woke people. I don't think people on the right usually refer to themselves as woke.
I see. Yeah,
Or
right.
it might even be a term. It's kind of being hijacked by both sides. Like maybe it started as something on the left, but then the right uses it to make fun of the left.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the left still uses the word woke. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
sure.
I don't
Or
know.
now if mainly the right uses it in order to make fun of the left or something like that.
Yeah.
But either way, like I don't think there's a centralized definition. But that brings us to today's clip. Republican guest short circuits when asked to define woke. Okay.
Of Americans consider themselves very liberal, and probably fewer of them consider themselves to be woke. And so, when we
what
talk
does that
about
mean
traditional
to you? Would you mind defining woke? Because it's come up a couple times, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
So, I mean, woke is sort of the idea that this is going to be one of those moments that goes viral. I mean, woke is something that's very hard to define, and we've spent an entire chapter defining it. It is sort of the understanding that we need to totally reimagine and redo society in order to create hierarchies of oppression.
Oh boy.
Sorry, it's hard to explain in a 15-second soundbite.
Yeah, look, time.
You can take your time. So you see what I'm talking about? Like, I don't know. I saw that clip a couple days ago and I thought it was so funny. Apparently she like wrote a book or something about wokeism.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because she wrote a book about it.
She said she has a chapter, she has a whole chapter.
A whole
on it.
chapter or so. Yeah, okay, so it's I don't know, something, and she's like all super gung-ho, ready to promote this book. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go take my chance. And it just seems like that interview just went like the worst possible way that it could have for her.
Yeah, yeah, and she knew it too. She's like, man, this is gonna go viral, man. I wrote a book and I don't know what half the topics is. I don't know.
Yeah. So you know what? Let's look that up. What the heck does woke mean? Let me type this in. Woke definition.
Opposite of asleep. No.
Oh, passive wake. All right. Oh, here we go. Alert to and concerned about social injustice and discrimination. He's an activist and very woke. All right, let's check out the Urban Dictionary.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Originally intended to mean alert to civil rights issues or takes an enlightened approach to civil rights. Its meaning has changed. It is now associated with adopting an obsessive, blinkered, or deliberately obtuse approach to certain civil rights, particularly in relation to equality. It refers to an approach which is overall and on balance harmful to society, ignores context and counterpoints, and is ignorant of the wider ramifications of the position taken. Under the pretense of being politically correct, the woke person is ironically asleep in that they are ignorant of or unconcerned by the harms caused by their actions. The woke person may be acting in their own self-interest to achieve their own ends. Obviously, this is probably written by like the conservative side of things.
A little biased there.
Yeah, let's see if we can find an older one. Let's just go to 2019. Today, there is a new definition of woke. You might have woke your dog up when you open that bag of chips, but he is not woke as it applies today. To be woke means you're now informed of things you did not know. You are not in the dark about other societies and cultures whose past has been edited and censored to make you think it wasn't as bad as it actually was. I don't know. It's all over the freaking place right now. But what's funny is if that lady would have probably glanced at this page, she would have had enough to say to not let what happened to her happen to her.
Yeah.
But I think, if anything, we can all accept that maybe we don't have the definition of woke pat down yet.
I don't think we do either.
Yeah.
I don't think we do.
It kind of makes me think of language and what a word has to be until it really enters into like our formal language.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and how we play like language games and how words are created or forgotten about and how that affects our societal consciousness. But that's a topic for a different time. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. Can you please tell us what woke means? Because I'm still struggling to figure out, evidently. And let me know what you think. So we'll see you on the next one.